Greetings from Point State Park in Pittsburgh. We're here at the Pitt Block House. How many times have you been here and you've walked by this building, but have you ever been inside? Do you know the history about it? We got a grand tour and we got to talk to Emily Weaver, who's written a book about it. Let's check it out.
One of the main goals is to make not just Pittsburghers, but everyone from Western Pennsylvania and beyond more familiar with the significance and the story of the structure. And its significance is that it's the oldest building in Pittsburgh. It's actually the oldest authenticated structure in Western Pennsylvania. It's the only structure that we have left of Fort Pitt, which at one time was the largest British fort in North America, or at least one of the largest British forts. A few months before they built the block houses, the fort was attacked during the summer of 1763. That's the only attack Fort Pitt ever saw, but at the time the British didn't know that was going to be the only attack, and they were afraid that there could be more, and so that's why they built the block houses. A block house is just a type of 18th century defensive structure, and they were used to reinforce and strengthen the defense of a fort.
They put 5 of them around, and they're all gone except this one. This one was in use all the time. They had a trading shop in there. Then eventually they had residence. Then eventually it became a 2-story apartment building, and it had a life of its own.
But the building has never been moved, and 80% of it is still original.
There was one outstanding person, and that's to whom we have this garden we're going to dedicate on the 24th, and that's Edith Darlington Ammon.
And so in 1903 is the first time that Edith tries to have a law passed through the Pennsylvania legislature. That was vetoed. So the second time she tries is in 1907, and that time around, the bill wasn't combined in any way with any railroad bills, and it was passed. The bill specifically protected colonial structures and the block house through demolition by eminent domain from a private corporation.
It's historic. It's just this little building.
And it's survived, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to say on its own, because obviously not on its own, but it's just kind of like,
survived flooding and everything
just still
else.
hanging out down here at the Point 250 years later. Like, it's seen everything, you know.
Yeah,
So.
if only it could talk.
So it's the 250th anniversary of this building. There's all kinds of activities planned this year. If you go on their website, you can learn about some of them, including the new gardens they're opening April 24th.